Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Not That Complicated. It's Tasia.
Jametra.
And Morgan, hey guys.
What it do, baby? How's it going, guys? I know
Going
everyone.
well.
Oh, it's New Year. Everybody's
It's going.
listening. It's New Year
Happy
too.
New Year to
Happy.
everyone.
Yes, this is our
Happy.
first episode of the new year.
It
It is.
is. Happy New Year to you. No? No
For
one's.
me, it was just like the grunt at the beginning.
Yeah, it wasn't that bad. It was more of a
It was the
poor
aggression. Like
choice.
that
Yeah,
wasn't necessary.
it was a poor choice of notes and things that you decided to do with it.
Really just that first one. I think you just came out the gate a little too overzealous.
Okay, okay. I was just trying to switch it up, trying the different singing styles. You got to find your voice. And I
You're
tried to
trying to be Christina
yeah, I was
Aguilera.
trying to do a Christina Aguilera. And okay, it's not for me. I got
For
it.
sure.
Okay, cool.
She
Maybe I
must have caught burlesque on Bravo last night.
maybe I need to stick to like the Selena Gomez's. I don't know. I don't know.
Well, what the hell she sound like? I don't
Well,
know what she
Like
sounds
how she
like.
talked,
literally, big facts. Okay,
there's no variation.
they're really oof. And I've been like obsessed with like I've been obsessed with like singing and all this stuff lately because on Clubhouse they have like these auditions for Dream Girls, and I've been listening, not watching, I've been listening, and it's just been so good. It's just
Right. You be at all kind of things. I forgot to
I
turn my
do.
notifications off. And
The next
so
time you
every
listen to
time
auditions, let me know.
I will.
so every time you get into something, it be like 8 o'clock in the morning. I'm like,
I feel like
girl.
they be sending them kind of late or like weird times because I'll get notifications too, and I'm like, that's weird. I don't know. Maybe those people really do be in
Mm,
on time. I don't know, but yeah, be a good time. Be a good time, man. All right, so let's get into it.
okay.
It's time.
All right, for today's icebreaker, I want to we're just gonna say, since it's the first episode of the new year, just say what's one of your goals of the new year.
Gotcha.
Not a resolution or nothing, just something you want to accomplish this year.
All right. I guess I can kick it off. One goal that I would like to accomplish is just being more intentional and present.
Love that for you.
Same.
You did that stupid smile like you were frozen, so I wasn't sure if you were done or.
My goodness.
I be trying to get good
Okay.
thumbnails. I gotta hold the smiles. So
Well, if you're the only one smiling and we all sitting there looking
She just
stupid,
wants to make sure
like,
she looks good in the
no, because
thumbnail.
a lot of them I'd be like, or like, it's just like, damn, close your mouth, sister. Close it. Okay, sorry.
Um, I'll just keep it simple. I'm just gonna go with like just getting back to Morgan, like the essence, the core, the yeah, the everything. Like just getting back to me.
Mm-hmm.
It's giving imposter. It's giving
Ooh, not imposter.
not being
Okay.
myself. I hate it here.
Okay.
That's my first goal.
That's a good one. That's a good one. Snaps.
and mine is getting into pharmacy school. That's what I'm doing. I'm finishing up my application all this week.
And
Mm,
boom, she go come to us on the episode. It's gonna be like, oh y'all, guess what?
I'm a pharmacist in training.
Jametra about to be slinging them pills.
I mean, I'm your neighborhood drug dealer. Like that lady on Family Feud when
Family Feud,
she
she was
was
like,
like,
so I'm a drug dealer. It's like, ma'am,
like,
Yeah. Everyone's like, excuse me?
excuse me,
don't say that on
Right.
TV. You're
come
not doing
again,
that well.
like, come
Right.
again,
And
ma'am.
it was unnecessary.
Yeah, like you could have just said a pharmacist. Like you did not have to
She
be.
wanted to go viral. She knew what was up.
She did. She did. That's a damn shame. All right. So now for pop culture. Alrighty, so for the pop culture this week, what y'all got? What are you guys giving the girls and the guys?
I would like to pose a question to
Hmm.
the hosts. So I've been seeing a lot on social media, specifically Twitter, just a lot of different tweets surrounded. I mean, not surrounded, girl, boo.
Hmm.
Um, Pertaining to the male species and how they do things. So to be specific, I've been seeing a lot of things about just when you're in a relationship with a guy or when a guy is pursuing you and how that should look. And I think there's a little bit of confusion because I think some people don't like the same thing. Some people's love languages are different.
Hmm.
So I feel like to some degree, you might have to not teach, but tell someone who's pursuing you the specific things that you like or the specific things that matter to you. But my question is more like, how much do you think you should have to say? Because do like what things do you think are basic common sense across the board should always happen? Um, because I think there's like this moving goalpost a lot that I see on social media. So it's
Hmm.
like, well, what is the basic? What is the standard that you build on?
Hmm. Okay. Well, I'm gonna say this. The basic I feel like that should just be for everyone is being a genuine person.
Mm-hmm.
Like, don't be with that frou la la shit. So being genuine, um, just being, I don't know how to say it. I don't know. I guess gentleman would be the word, but just being a,
Chivalrous.
yeah, just,
Chivalrous.
yeah,
Yeah.
chivalrous would be it. That's like, it's, ooh, cause child,
Yeah.
cause
Let
I
me
can't.
tell you. Listen, I'm a very go.
Oh my bad.
I
No,
was
I'm.
gonna say I'm very independent.
Mhm.
I'm very independent, and I don't be needing all that. But it's just I don't like you if you're trying to court me, if you like me, and you don't at least when getting before while you're getting to know me, you don't just take the initiative and do that.
Exactly.
Like, honey,
Exactly.
yes, I can open my door, and I don't mind opening my door, but get up.
I do.
Like,
No.
open the fucking door. So yeah, like I would definitely say generous, being chivalrous, taking that initiative, which kind of goes into like just being a leader, just asserting some sort of presence, that asserting that masculine energy that I
Hmm.
personally can't have myself, but that you can offer. I think that's just because those are things I can't really teach you. I can't teach you to be a generous person. I can't teach you to be a chivalrous person. Can't teach you. It's like
I agree with you. One more I would add is not being a liar,
because I sure can't teach you how to do that.
telling the truth. You
So it
have to
sounds
tell the
like the
truth.
things that y'all are saying are more about the person
Mm,
rather than more than the things they do. Because I think a lot of the times I see, oh well, we need to be going on this many dates and you need to be booking trips and you need to be paying for my nails and you need to be like doing all these different things. And that's why I was saying I think
mm,
it's all subjective.
mhm.
And so it was like, okay, so then what is that basic? And then what are things that you're okay with having to tell someone like, I like this. I think it would be nice if you could
Mhm.
try to, you know,
Yeah. And I feel like with
yeah.
those
I
basic
will say, but
things,
it
oh, sorry.
things. Yeah. Go. You go.
Okay, I was gonna say, I feel like with those basic things, it kind of leads into actions because those are like just the
Yeah.
foundation. So if you're a generous XYZ type of guy, then you being you, you would probably, pick up the tab for like my maintenance, you wouldn't
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
mind opening a door because it's just what the fuck, just what you were taught to do. Like, come on, that kind of thing. So yeah.
And I also think we have to take into account a lot of the time men lead with what they can do for people.
Mhm.
So now that girls are like, well, when when if you do this, this, and this, then I'll know I like you. Because that's the reality of it. When men like you, they go out of their way and do X, Y, and Z. When they don't like you, they're not gonna do it. If they just want whatever they want from you at that moment, then they're not gonna do all of that.
Facts.
So that's their problem. That they created it.
Mm-hmm. They are the root of all problems that they have on all ends. So it sounds like a personal problem. Figure it out how.
For sure.
Like, I'm going to tell you. All right. Jametra, do you have one?
Mine is short.
Okay.
It is not really anything substantial to talk about. But I've been watching YouTube a lot this past week, and I've seen this Flo Milli commercial. I just want to analyze it.
Mm-hmm.
Have you guys seen the Flo Milli commercial?
Dun,
Is it
dun,
her?
dun, 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 dun. That one.
Okay, hold on. I'm gonna turn the sound down. But yeah, it's that. But let me. Car.
Mm-hmm.
Woo,
It's the glare.
I know, dang. She's in the car. Now she goes in front of a Confederate flag. I mean, a statue.
Huh?
And she has her little beats in it. And it's like, May, I flip a little something for the G. And, it's her song. And she starts dancing.
Huh? Flex that clap back. New
Yes.
beats flex. Oh,
I said,
hell
what?
no. Hell no. Absolutely not.
Do you know how many times I've like passively seen that commercial and I never watched it like well enough to know that that's what was happening? Because I'm shook.
What? How did that get approved? That's how you know they don't have
So,
any black people up in the
It's
advertising
it's
market.
giving the Kendall Jenner Pepsi commercial.
Literally, the
yeah.
dove washing the black woman turned into a white woman. Like it's
Here,
Yeah.
Pepsi
I
can
was gonna
cure social injustice. What?
So you want me to walk up to a Confederate statue, walk up to Robert E. Lee and be like,
start crunk.
and that's gonna get me something? Like,
And then
what is that?
it was
And
the
then
flex that
what
clap
is
back for
flex
me.
that?
What does that
What does
mean?
that mean?
That sounds like some white shit that white people try to talk about, like when they try to mix a whole
Flex
bunch
that,
of
clap back.
black phrases together.
Yeah.
Girl child, please flex that clap back. Woo chale. Like, huh?
I think it's very stereotypical.
Very.
I feel like the
Is
idea
it
could have been
stereotypical or
executed.
does it not make sense?
It doesn't it
That shit.
I feel like they could have had the same idea but executed it differently if they wanted a young black person to like stand up against a Confederate monument. Why couldn't it be intellectually and still find a way to implement the headphones?
They're like,
Why
what
did
are
it have to
you
be
dancing for?
dancing?
I don't get that. And
Because that's the same
top
idea but executed much better.
That's
Yeah,
strange.
this doesn't make
I just
sense.
don't understand like how someone went into their advertising room and they were like, okay, we're coming out with these new headphones. And they're like, yes, okay, Flo Milli, she's hot and coming. Oh yes, let's have Flo Milli getting off a bus, and then she goes and stands in front of a Confederate statue. Yes, Robert, that is perfect. You know what else she should do? She should start dancing. And it's like, oh, Bill, that is so
Yeah.
great. They're gonna love that. And it's just like, where
It's not
did
giving.
that?
Mm-mm.
And that's
Oh,
why I've been
and I
so.
have an honorable mention
Mm-hmm.
because it's old technically.
Mm-hmm.
Fuck and from Real Housewives of the
You say, wait, what? Say that one more time.
Yeah, you broke up a little bit, love.
reunion. Fuck. Oh, damn. Am I breaking up now?
Ooh, no, there you go. Okay, you're good now.
Okay, now go.
Okay. Fuck Andy Cohen from the Real Housewives of Potomac reunion.
What did he do?
Okay.
I've heard he's been on some
Y'all
bullshit.
didn't watch it?
I
No,
watched
I'm
it.
not
I'm just
caught
trying
up.
to see like what exactly you're referencing.
Mhm.
The top thing that bothered me was when he asked I like it just kicked it off when he asked Monique, well, your husband's not making any more money from football. So why are
Mhm.
you calling? But he was mad that she said, "Oh, these little checks ain't doing nothing for us."
Mhm.
He got mad. Excuse me, you ain't asking these white people.
Right.
Where they getting their money from?
Right.
So don't you sit your white ass up here
Tell me.
asking this lady why she get why she got all this money and why Real Housewives ain't doing nothing for her. And then also he was just lying. He like, and then the producers put in the clips to corroborate what Monique was saying, so it just he just looked stupid. And then he came out a few days ago, maybe yesterday, and was like, "Oh, it was the editing that made it look like that. That's not what happened." So you want me to tell you, you're a producer on the show, and they purposely edited it to look that way.
Like,
Great.
it's giving you're just trash on your own. The editing didn't need to make that
Yeah.
happen. And
I
he's got
think
And
a
then it
track
was
record of being
the
this
the
way.
whole reunion was just chaotic.
yeah.
Hmm. I heard.
Then it
I
reminded me of when he did all that stuff. I don't remember what he did, but he did something racist. And then he took his white ass up to the Breakfast Club in his Adidas tracksuit like it was 1983.
Yeah, I remember that. I can't. That's why I was like, he's had a track
I
record.
can't
I
remember
remember.
what I can't remember what he did either. But I
Yeah.
just remember we all were like, okay, so nobody is wearing full Adidas
Hmm.
tracksuits anymore.
Yeah.
I
Why did you
remember
think that
Nene
was gonna
tweeting
relate
like
to us?
recently she was saying she was like Andy Cohen is racist. Bravo is race. I was like, oh
I
girl.
think Nene was saying that because of all the housewives, the black housewives are the least paid.
Hmm.
Potomac and Atlanta, they're the least paid, even though they are
They generate the
the most
most.
watched.
Exactly. And it's crazy. They are at least paid under Salt Lake City. Who the fuck's watching that one?
Not me.
I
I
know.
don't
I
I
give a damn what
literally fell
Mormons are
asleep
doing.
on the pilot,
That's what everybody said. They said it's really not that good, and most people are just watching it because that girl married her step granddaddy or some
Definitely.
shit like that.
which that's not even playing out that significantly for her
Yeah.
storyline. Her
Hmm.
storyline is more about mess with that Asian girl who have too many plastic surgeries. So, oh no, I think she's Hawaiian. Who cares? Anyway, um, the fact of the matter is, I do think that Atlanta does not get, you know, the credit that they do deserve. Although I know the checks are big over there, obviously they're bigger elsewhere.
Yeah.
Hmm. Exactly.
It's not that they're small, but
Yeah, because Nini was bringing reportedly around a mil for a season, which is
she deserved it. I
Exactly.
will say, but Nene deserves it.
she
Hmm.
Nene
does.
Yes,
carried
he
the
did.
housewives
He
for
made that show
years.
what it is.
Yeah,
People literally
Yeah,
go around saying, "Oh, why refrigerator?
right.
Ooh, nah, let's get
Literally.
out of here. Let's hurry up
yeah.
and
To
get
me,
home."
Nini is Housewives of Atlanta,
Yes.
and I feel like any season that doesn't have her just doesn't step the same.
Period. Our good girl, she left us. We're gonna stop this. Yeah, that shit's ghetto. Andy, he because y'all know I had started rewatching it from the beginning, and a lot of those reunions, he just has always rubbed me the wrong because that's really the only time you see him. So he's just always
Hmm.
rubbed me the wrong way with like the certain questions he asks, and it's like he just provokes or actually he incites some of the behavior with just the questions that he asks, and then he be acting like, oh. Well, why would you? Why would you? How do you?
I think what it was. I think what it was that the last Kim Zolciak's last season, she was came on there and was crying, saying, "Oh, they're bullying me. The black girls are bullying me." And
Mm-hmm.
then he went back there and was like, "Oh no, no, we're not
Yeah.
bullying you."
Uh-huh.
I think that's what happened when he came with the tracksuit,
Yeah. And it's
and we
like,
all.
fuck this and her pregnant ass. Like, bye. Like, literally. Ugh.
Yeah, I think not defending Andy in any way, shape, or form, but I know a lot of the reunion and the content that is discussed does come from like viewer questions,
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
but he usually does build on top. Like he'll ask
Mm-hmm.
follow-ups and try to get into the gig, you know,
Mm-hmm.
the
Exactly.
gigiana.
And it's like the way he
Um,
phrases them. He's like, "Well, did you? Or wouldn't you say that you
because
did?"
we be wanting to know.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So I think it's a mixture of both.
Yeah. That nigga he's just weird. I just want him to find something else to do. I just wish there was a black woman that was doing this instead of him, but
yeah,
I
I
guess
did too. I wish somebody who was,
I think
more
Nina,
in tune.
her name is either Nia or Nina, the one who
Yeah.
does
Love and hip hop. Yeah.
yeah, and then she also
Yeah.
works for E. I think she
Mm-hmm.
would be a
Yeah,
good
E
moderator
definitely.
for Atlanta and Potomac specifically. I wouldn't, I mean, I feel like she could cross over and do Beverly Hills.
Mm-hmm.
Because we don't have to limit her to
Just the
the
blacks.
African American audience.
Mm-hmm.
But I think that the cities have different vibes. Like
Mm-hmm.
I definitely wouldn't want her to do like Salt Lake City. I think that would just be
Mm-mm.
the vibes just wouldn't be there.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I agree. Yeah, it probably wouldn't flow very well, but
Girl, who would? What vibes do match Salt Lake City? I mean,
because even the trailer itself really wasn't that captivating. It's really
I
because
don't
of
know
the
if I
trailer.
think it's also the scenery for me. Like all the snow just makes me bored. Like it's everything. The whole
It's
thing
so
comes
white.
together.
Yeah, it's just so
It's
much
just
like
snow make like movies that are like set in
the
like
winter.
Antarctica and stuff like
Mhm.
that. I don't want to see that. I don't want to see snow everywhere.
Yeah.
It
Hmm. Yeah, I'm with
doesn't
you.
do it
It
for
feels
me.
like one big day, and it's just like okay, it's
Yeah.
still snowing, and also I, I don't really care to learn about y'all being
In
Mormons all y'all life,
Utah.
and then now y'all want to cut up, and I'm just like,
Yeah.
if I wanted to see that, I'll go watch something on TLC.
The
Okay,
most scandalous thing they do is turn against the Mormon religion.
like,
In
who?
which they should.
And it's like for them turning against the religion is marrying a certain person. It's just like,
I'm just
okay,
like,
that's interesting.
okay, honey. But, anyways, okay. So my pop culture for the week is: are you guys? Well, that was not about to ask that dumbass question. Y'all are on Clubhouse, but are you guys active on Clubhouse?
I've been on Clubhouse
Yeah.
maybe 3 or 4 times, and it's usually between the hours of 3 to 6 a.m. I have to think about Clubhouse to get on Clubhouse, and Clubhouse doesn't really cross my mind. Now, Kalia is in the
Me and
room every
Kalia be in
single
there.
night.
Yes, I
She
say
told me
we.
y'all be really joasting and like calling each other. I'm like,
Yes,
wow, my life is one big Disney crossover episode
yes.
because my friends they all get to know each other and then become friends. It's weird. But anyway, um, I was in the room with Tasia and Kalia earlier this week or last week.
Uh-huh.
That was
That was
muy
interesting.
interesante.
But that's literally the reason why I asked that is because I personally, I ended up getting an invite for it. It was during Christmas break when I was out of town, and but I didn't get on it. Okay, so I think I joined on the 24th, but I didn't actively start getting on it until I got back to Dallas, which was like the 28th. So I think I finally got on it on like the 29th. So literally like a couple of days ago. And when I say ever since the first time I got on here, I have been on this app for however many days this is straight. Like I haven't even been on Twitter, and I love Twitter. Like I feel like I'm out of the loop with the Twitter shit because I'm like, I haven't been on this in like 5 years. Like what's going on, guys? I haven't been on Instagram. I haven't even been on my burner. And I'm just like, what is life? I haven't watched a lick of YouTube. Like when I say I have been on this app nonstop, it's literally crazy to me. But the reason why I asked that is because there's like there's like these rooms, or there's this room, or, I don't know. There's something I saw it last night. It was like,
A gathering.
yeah, there was some
Mhm.
shit, and they were like, Clubhouse's ruin relationships, and I was like, hmm. And then I was in a room with like, I call them my friends now because the shit we be talking about, they really are my friends. So, we have like a friend group on Clubhouse, and we like create rooms, and we all like in and out like throughout the day. We be coming in. We When I say we be talking about from anything, like we went from talking about the plight of the Black Americans to eating ass to the worst things that we've done, that things that have been done to you in a relationship by a man. Like when I say it's a spectrum of things, like there's just some. We talked about love and what love means to you. It's just when I say okay, so in that particular group of people, we came into one room, and they were kind of having this conversation too about like Clubhouse and relationships, and I was just like, wow, that's really crazy to me because I just don't see. I'm like, how is that happening? Because this is literally just an app. Like, get off.
No, literally
I'm
the
just
night I was on Clubhouse with you and Kalia at like 4:30, my mom had walked into my room and she was like, "Are you on the phone?" I was like, "No, I'm on Clubhouse." And she was I had it's like explaining
Explaining
that
it,
I'm
yeah.
talking to strangers from all
Mhm.
across the country at the
Across the
same
world.
time, and it's not a phone call.
Yep.
And she's like, "Is that Kalia?" I was like, "Yeah." I was like, "Tasia's in here too." And it was just like, "Don't even
Yeah.
worry about it. Just go back
Yeah.
to bed." 'Cause
Yeah, literally, literally. And it's just like when they said that, I was like, because me personally, I'm just like, okay, this it's just it's literally just an app. Like I just don't see. I couldn't wrap my head around how something that you can easily take your phone and get put your phone down, like and get off that shit. Or if you can't, you can delete it. And I'm just like, I don't understand. And the things that people were saying, I was still like, but it's an app, get off of it. So that was this actually is a good segue into the episode of do you guys, well, the first question is, and from the title, you can tell that, do you think that social media ruins relationships? So I don't want to just tailor it to Clubhouse, but do you think
Mm,
social media in any type of way can ruin relationships?
have the possibility, yes.
yeah. I'm gonna say I
Does
think it
it
just makes
it
it.
does its existence ruin relationships? No.
Yeah.
Hmm.
I just think it just makes it easier to cheat. That's all. What else would? I don't see how else it would ruin a relationship.
Hmm. Yeah,
I think I mean, other than that, I just think if you're with an insecure person, then it can cause problems.
Oh, like on like
hmm
if your boyfriend's on Instagram liking girls who don't look anything like you,
hmm
like
Mhm.
that's all his. Well, I guess.
hmm
But for
yeah,
me, I'm just like me personally, I'm not it's a like
yeah. At the end of the day, it's
I
not the
don't
best.
care.
Mm,
It's not I for me personally, social media couldn't ruin a relationship I'm in
Mhm.
because only the nigga can ruin the relationship. So,
Facts. Facts. And one of the one of the like one of the reoccurring like things that they were talking about in these rooms, because there's a couple and I just kept saying, I was like, what the fuck, like what are y'all doing on here? So apparently a lot of people just be flirting or shooting a shot on Clubhouse and doing a lot of, because they are, there's like wholesome content where you're learning a lot of stuff. Like I've been in plenty of the rooms where I've just been learning a lot, and it's like, wow, let me get my notes out and start taking, writing this stuff down because it's like really informational. But there's also the social aspect where people just really be doing some wild ass shit. Like they have
mm,
demon time rooms, they have rooms called
demon time.
throat babies, and they're pinging you into the room, and I don't know, they're talking about wild shit. There's rooms where they got girls changing their avatar to OnlyFans-esque type of content, and celebrities, if they like your picture, they pull you up to the stage and they tell you to send them a video, and they're gonna cash up you money. And like women are literally bending over. They have props, they have lamps, they have a lot of things. And it's just like,
if Clubhouse added video, it's
I was
over.
like, oh, so this what we
Yeah.
doing. I was like, oh, okay.
I
So
was thinking about that when we were in the room. I was like, if Clubhouse adds video,
like, and I don't
it's
think they will, because just
a
off the
wrap.
guise of how it's created, I hope they don't. But then I started thinking about, I was like, okay, I could see where people are trying to go with this, because in some of the rooms I popped in, they were just saying like, like because it's because it's audio, I could be a flirtatious person, and this person doesn't know that I'm joking, but they take it seriously, and then now I'm this and that, and I was just like, okay, I can see that, but it's like, also, my guy, if you know you were it's like, how can that ruin your relationship? Because when the person that you're with probably already knows that you're a flirtatious person, like, like this is something they knew when you guys were dating, then you guys got together. Like this is something I'm pretty sure they know about you. They may not like it, but they do know that this exists. So you getting mad that things are getting back to your significant other about you being flirtatious, or I don't know, anything. Like this is shit that people be do it's the shit that they be doing on there. Like it's the show notification for me. And I just be like, what is going on, guys? But like if you know that your flirtation doesn't mean anything, like why are you even putting yourself in that position? You know what I'm saying? Like, if you know that
Yeah.
it's hard for someone to pick up on the social cues, and I know that like that could just be you as a person, but if you know, if it's strictly just based off voice and one little picture, like, why are you even entertaining some of the things that can be entertained? Like, why even go into a room that says demon time or throat babies? Like, just leave that alone. You just go where they're talking about Pan Africanism. I don't know. You need to
Oh my gosh.
but you don't need to go there. You know, like, and I'm just like, you can't really blame social media. That is you, because even without the app, you would still be having these flirtatious ways. It would just wouldn't
Right.
be able. Other people wouldn't necessarily be able to see it and catch on it and be like, ooh, 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 okay,
Mhm.
you know. So yeah. So my next question is, when it comes, whoops, I didn't mean to lock my phone. So you guys, this kind of also a good segue. You guys are good. You guys are good. You guys mentioned, like, the liking of pictures and all of that kind of stuff. So have you ever been in a situation where anything that was done or that you saw, whether it be before you or during you, that made you upset, and it genuinely caused a problem? Like, it wasn't like no, but it was like a genuine, like, you saw and you were like, wait a fucking minute, let me call this nigga right now. Actually, let me pull up, it's something like that where actually there was an actual problem.
I'll
Um,
say no. My answer's already no. I didn't even have to think about it.
there's never been a time where something I saw on social media like caused like a blowout
Mhm.
in my
Okay,
relationship. What?
no, go.
There's been
Because it's not
times
y'all
where
problem. It's
I would
somebody
I
else's
would
problem.
ask like, "Oh, well, what did you mean by that?" Or like what's up? But it's never been, oh, like, nah, I need to call this man. I'm at his neck. I'm at his jugular. Like, it's never
Mhm.
been like that.
Okay. Okay. So I can agree. I might have seen some things where it made me be like, what does that mean? Could
Yeah.
you clarify, love? Like, what does that mean? But there, like I was like, for an example, what I was thinking of, like, say you see something, say you see your significant other is like on the timeline talking to somebody. Oh, wait, actually, I was getting ready to tell a bold motherfucking face lie because something has happened before. But okay, this is gonna be an example. Say you see your significant other on social media and you see they're actively talking back and forth with different people, and they're like in the situation where it causes a blow up. You see that and you don't like it, and you're like, oh hell nah. Who are these people that you talking to on Twitter? Like, that's what I was thinking about. Personally,
Hmm.
no, in a way, I haven't had that before, but I have had an instance where this nigga, and the reason why I didn't count this, I actually forgot, but the reason why I don't really count this is because there was some cross the line shit being said by the other party, and I just happily inserted myself and said, "What is going on here, love?
Oh my gosh.
Like, what exactly is this? You said you're gonna do what now?" I just politely inserted myself. Hello, my name is. Who are you? you know? But other than that, no, never,
Okay,
no.
I'll say there's a story that we all know so well when Tasha's ex boyfriend got very, very upset that it was me, all three of us, and we are at that party, and just so happened that three boys were in our background of our Snapchat,
Mm-hmm.
and came a whole thing,
Yes.
even though we didn't know
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
that they
Yes.
were even there.
That was actually gonna be my
Like we
next
weren't.
question. Was like, have you been on the receiving end of it? So yeah.
Oh well, then yeah.
For sure. First of all, I'm a whole Jost. Like, me on social media, I am the biggest Joster. Like, you really can't take me serious.
Yeah. But like
So,
Jametra said, a situation like that, something where we wasn't even joking. We were literally amongst
We were
ourselves
just taking a
taking
picture.
a picture, and they were in the back of the picture, and them niggas went cuckoo crazy. Okay.
It was a
Cuckoo.
whole thing.
When I say a blow up, It was a motherfucking blow up,
Oh,
y'all.
we're like,
Do you know what's funny? Do
what?
y'all remember how like when they got upset, it made us actually converse with them?
Yes, it was like,
We
"Will
were
you
like,
get
okay,
mad?"
well,
Because I remember, because I mean, they were like in the background. We knew them, but
yeah.
they like
Yeah.
started, "Who is this?
Like,
Who
hey,
is this?" And we were like, "Well, shit. Hey, what you
we
doing?"
here. What's up,
Right?
y'all?
Well, since you think I'm doing it, let me go say hey to him because I wasn't even
Just
thinking about the guy.
toxic all across the board. Just
Oh well, but yeah. I so to answer my own question, yes, I have been on the receiving end. Have you been on the receiving end, love, Jametra?
No. My boyfriends
Demetria,
are blocked from
Demetria don't
yeah.
even much
One,
be
I
on
don't be
social
on
media.
Instagram.
She
One,
don't
I
be on
don't.
it. Yeah.
And two, I don't date people who are into social media because I'm not into social media like that.
Makes sense. Makes total sense.
So
That's also why I low key, high key like niggas that aren't into social media. I'm a social media person and I like the aspect of being able to, relate to certain things. But
hmm
I kind of like a low key nigga that don't got social media. I'd be like, yeah, I like
yeah,
that.
but them niggas still liars too. So
I mean,
don't
they are, but
say
I still just be like, I like that. You're a little mysterious, lying ass. You just can't get caught up. It's gonna take me a little bit harder to find it, but
it.
But we go find it.
we gonna find it. We gonna find it. What about you, Morg? Other than that instance,
Um, um, definitely. My ex, yeah, that crazy man.
Jorge.
He he just thought every person that looked my way, well, he wasn't that dramatic, but he always had this insecurity problem, and I'm just like, um, calm down. But I mean, it was justified because I mean, it was clear I wasn't in love with him. I don't listen. I've admitted this before. I was just in the relationship for the sake of it. Um, I was very toxic, and by the ending, it's clear that his insecurities were right. But also his own issues added to his insecurities because it's like step up and do something. Like clean my room or do some laundry while I go to class.
Not
Like
clean
make
my
yourself useful.
room. Not do my
That's
laundry.
not even me being useful. I'm saying in comparison to the things I'm doing for you in this relationship, that's the least you can
Mhm.
do. I
I
wouldn't ask like a boyfriend who was actually like doing things to do that. But if you're gonna be sitting in my room while I'm in class, make my bed
mhm.
or something. Do a load while you eat my groceries. I don't think that's too much to ask.
I agree. You dropping this thing off at work, that's not too much.
Right. Like do something.
Do something with your life. Like, damn, make yourself useful, my guy. Like,
Yeah.
okay, nice. So, next question is okay. So, whoops, let me pull it back up. Okay, so you guys have mentioned, seems like we are the sane ones here, and we don't, um, you know, blow up about things on social media. But it seems, with the exception of Jametra, because that's just not her thing. But she's experienced this through other people. That it seems as though it's actually the men
Who
that
are the
take social.
problem?
Everything's always
Yes.
Yes. So, do you guys have any insight on why exactly? Why do they try to paint this picture that women are the ones that take social media seriously and they get angry about stuff that they see, like, oh my gosh, you can't do nothing because women always get mad, blah 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 blah. When it's
it's called
them.
projection. That's it. That's
Honestly,
literally all.
also that, but men only like reciprocity when it benefits them. Because
Big
if I'm
fact.
doing the same thing you're doing on social media, you're not gonna like it.
Mhm,
If I'm talking to a nigga the way you be talking to girls, you're not gonna
hmm
like it.
mhm.
But when you do one little thing, oh, you have to compromise. We have to be equal. We're partner.
But you just,
But oh, so you only like me to match your energy when it's something you like. Okay, got it.
mhm,
Yeah, they just have a real it's the fact that their brain just doesn't cognitively function at a high enough rate to make good decisions and to have good thought processes. So I just think as a whole, as a species, it's giving subpar.
I agree. I agree. So I it's like what Morgan said about the whole reciprocity thing. It's like, my guy, I just do not I just want to understand, like, how, why would you, like, how you gonna sit here and do something, and then if I bring it up, you're mad about it, be like, oh, you tripping, it's just
You
normal.
tripping, you're dramatic. You
Yes.
always got a problem.
But if I were to do the same thing and I give you the exact same explanation that you just gave me, then it's, oh my gosh, you're a whore. You are a thought. And it's just
Speaking
like,
of, like those boyfriends who only like their girlfriends to present themselves like a certain way on social media, but if you go
mhm,
through their favorites and their likes and their retweets,
the
it's
complete
kind of
opposite,
just
love.
like, you're really trying to talk to me about this, right? Like in real life?
In
Okay.
real life, in real deal life, that is what you're trying to do right now. So it like you like y'all said, it's projection. It's a little bit of them being stupid. um and I
A
just,
lot of that.
and it's like, and like in one of the rooms specifically, like this was a room where not with people that I knew, but they were just like, the men that were going up there and talking, they were just like, yeah, like they were giving these cold ass takes, like, yeah, women just can't understand. They don't have the ability to emotionally disconnect themselves. Like, we as men, we can flirt with girls, and it'd be okay and it doesn't mean anything. But if a woman does it, that means she want to fuck him, and like she can't disconnect from that. And I was just like,
And the reality is that's a lie.
that is a
It's a lie. It's
lie.
a myth.
It is a
It's a
myth.
lie. It was a lie.
Everyone,
It was a
every
lie,
girl I know
guys.
can jose if that's what they want to do.
Literally, I'm just like,
I was a professional joser for years. I do not get my feelings involved every time I'm talking to a nigga.
literally, and I was just
Why
like,
do they think everything we do is based in emotion? Okay,
don't know.
I feel like as a whole, we are more in tune with our emotions, but that's also a good thing
Mhm.
because y'all don't know how to process much of anything. Y'all don't know how to be a friend. All y'all need a therapist because y'all grow up in toxicity and then you project these toxic behaviors that you grew up with because it's really just Western culture. But that's another episode. Anyway, don't attack my species, the superior,
Right.
for being in tune with our emotions and then trying to make that your argument as to why everything, like finding something wrong with everything we do because you feel we're emotional.
Yep,
Sweetie,
I
I
agree.
want you to understand that women can be the biggest savages you've ever met. So I would really die on a different hill
I sure
if I
would
were you.
too. If I were you, Billy Bob, pick another hill, please.
Get off your soapbox and turn the mic off because you're not saying nothing.
You're simply, the words that you're saying are giving nothing, and when you're giving nothing, that just means you need to shut up. Got it?
Yeah.
Got it.
They always
So,
think they preach.
what'd you say?
They always think they're preaching. That's the problem.
They do. And it's just like, you just, like I said, it'd be cold ass takes. And they were all going back to this whole emotional thing. Like, they really try to make us seem like we're just these emotional beings that all we do is sit around is just be in our emotions and just be crying and shit. And that we just, every man we see, we automatically fall in love with. And we have all these emotions to them. I'm just like,
Sweetie, just because you're nice to me doesn't mean I want to marry you. Just because you tell me I'm pretty doesn't mean I love you. Just because you take me on a date don't mean I think you're my nigga. I'm not stupid.
exactly. And just because you take me on a date does not mean I want another. So,
Bloop.
bloop, bloop. Like, niggas are trash.
Poor
So, another point to kind of, this is kind of like a sidebar point. This isn't a question, but this just reminded me of, one thing that I hate with a burning passion, when men try to pull this whole, like, someone in passing had said something like, how she was dealing with, they were dealing with somebody, and they found out that they were a virgin. Like, the other person found out they were a virgin. They were like, oh, I respect it. Like, this is the way that you should be going out like this, blase, blase. And the guys were like, oh, well, he dodged a bullet. You don't ever want to take a woman's virginity. That comes in with a whole slew of problems. And I was just like,
So what do you want? What do you want? What do you want from us? Do you
Y'all know
want us
I've
to
heard that a
be
million times.
do you
So
want us to be nice and pure? Or do you want us to be freaky nasty fucks? Which one?
it's it.
they don't know. I think men
Which
want you to
one?
become a freako with like after one sexual partner
It's
in
just
But
like,
that's not how
the
that
second.
works. But that's not how it works.
and how am I going to get to a
Even
free
if
co
you
if you keep denying all the virgins?
literally, even if you got the best coochie in the world, you just not gonna be you girl, you're not born like that. You have to evolve.
It
You
comes
have
with
to learn.
experiences. And just
True.
every time I hear that, they were just like, yeah, you don't want those problems. He dodged a bullet because
Oh child,
they
please,
just they
honey.
can't let go. And I was like, I was thinking about the person that I lost my virginity to. Do not care about that man. Like what
Surely do not.
It's I still hear that like at the big age of 24. And it's like, listen, here's the gag, right? Um I'm not even having sex with you. So how I'll feel and how I'll feel after, you'll never know
literally.
because you'll never have sex with me. Oh
Woohoo!
my gosh. Great.
Brianna.
You see how that worked there, love? Should have
It's like I've been like giving whole monologues about like, oh well, if we decide to go down that road, then wait, wait.
who told you you had a chance, my guy?
The-
Like slow your roll. Slow
it's
your mo-
that's one of their problems, entitlement. Cause
but
who told you you still go be like a contact in my phone? Who
literally
you're an unsaved number telling me about my virginity?
like come on my guy. It's like this whole thing like you guys don't know how to let go. They you have a hold over them when you take their virginity, and I'm just like, what the
I
hell?
don't know any person like I
That
don't know
only
any
happens in
virgins.
movies. I don't
I
know
don't know any
anyone.
virgins. And all my friends, yeah, they have that dude that broke their virginity, but they haven't talked to them in years and they
Literally,
don't care to. So it's kind of just like, what are
where's
y'all
this
talking about?
bond that you speaketh of? I just really, I really, I really, I just every time I try to like, every time I hear that, I just sit there and I'm like, okay, okay, Tasia, don't jump the gun. Listen to understand, not to respond. So I'm just sitting there like, okay. But yeah, every time they say it, I just try to think like, what is the logic behind it? And every time I met with nothing. I
I,
met with nothing.
there
I
is
met
none.
with, actually, I take that back. You know what I met
Yeah,
with? I met with misogyny. That's what I met with. But also nothing. So it was just like, I don't listen. I just don't listen. And I just leave quietly because this is stupid. Um, but the last question I have for you guys, because this also, like when people were like throughout the different rooms, people are talking about it, and like you just kind of think about it. Okay, this how can I phrase this? It's like okay, me, I know that I'm a friendly person, and I've gotten the whole you be flirting, you a flirtatious person. I'd be like, wait a minute, no,
Wait
and
a minute.
like, don't do that, please, because I don't like that. But there's been times where it's been taken as flirtations, and say I'm in a relationship, and I'm having this simple, playful banter with someone on the internet, and somehow my significant other comes and finds out about this and is angry about it, which I feel like they have rights to be, depending on what it is. They have some skin in the game to be angry. So, and I'm like, oh, it's nothing like that. Like to me, I'm just joking. Like it's no big deal. Like I'm just playing around like that. I'm literally just playing. Like it means nothing to me. When I log off this app, I forget about it. Even 2 seconds later, I forget what I just said to this guy. I'm like, it's no big deal. And he's like, well, he's taking it, or he's like, oh, I feel like he thinks it's serious. Like, I know your intentions, but I don't know what that guy's intentions are. And he's still mad about it. And you being the person, like, say you're me, and you're like, I don't get, like, why you mad? Like, you were just really angry, and you're getting upset because this person is upset. You
Hmm.
know how people are like, well, roles
Because
reverse.
that's what you do, Tasia.
Hold on, wait.
It is.
Let me
That's what you
finish.
do. You
Defensive
don't
and
like to
stubborn.
see, yeah, you don't like to see others' perspective because they're right. These
Wait,
niggas be
that's
plotting, these
why
niggas be trying.
that's what I was trying to get to. My gosh, I am a new person.
Oh,
So, and then I was like, so
oh,
you know how people are like, well, what if the roles reversed and that was him doing that? You wouldn't like that. You know, everybody's always be like, well, yeah, I wouldn't, but I know me, I know my heart. I'm not doing nothing for real. And it just makes you sit back and think. And it's like a lot of people have like I've heard a lot of people say that. So it wasn't just me. And it's like when I thought about it, I was like, is that technically would that be considered a double standard or is that just being you not
It's
wanting is that
a double
you
standard.
is it like you as a person just not wanting to understand and you're just saying like oh the person you my significant other should just believe what I'm saying I know that I'm playing around that it's nothing serious and they should just take that for that and they shouldn't be angry even though I know I would be angry as well if the roles reverse and if they told me oh I'm just playing you know what
It's
does
a
that make
double
sense
standard.
okay.
You just described a perfect double standard.
Okay. Well, that was a question. Like, is that considered a double standard? Or is this person just being willingly ignorant? Are they being stubborn? Like, are they just
Yeah.
you enter. Are you being willingly ignorant? Are you? Because
Because
sometimes, hey,
Tasia
some,
loves to act like she don't know what you're talking about, child.
you be
no?
like, ha ha, you're so funny, and they be like, I like you, and you're like, ha ha, you're so funny, and then we're like, Tasia, they like you. You're like, no, they don't. We're just friends, Tasia. They
Like a
just
man
said,
can write Tasia a paragraph expressing his love, and she feels like as long as she don't say I love you back, then it's fine. And it's like, no, that's not how that works.
But like, come on, y'all know
yeah,
niggas be
that's
lying.
literally
Tasia,
the opposite of how it works.
You know niggas be lying. So
I mean, granted, they
I can't
do,
be taking that shit
they do.
seriously because that's how people be getting caught up. They be taking these sweet nothings seriously. So maybe I take it too far by not taking it a little bit serious. So I just be brushing off like nigga, shut the fuck up. Yeah, shoot fly, shoot fly, shoot fly, shoot fly. Um, I'm working on it. See, I was able to understand that when I heard that, I was like, well, if that was you would be mad, and that's not right. And I was
girl,
like,
like
well, damn.
4 years later,
I was like, oh.
but I love
Literally
the growth.
a million years later.
I was like, damn. But I mean, don't
We're
you?
gonna
Okay,
see when you get into another relationship if you
but
really
okay, but I do. This kind of
Yeah.
leads to the question. But do you understand why someone would be like, my intention? Like, why are you caring about what the other person is like? Why are you care about their intentions? Why don't you care about my intentions? If I'm telling you,
because
Because it matters.
it does.
I'm
How
not saying. I'm just.
someone, even if someone comes at you wrong and it wasn't your intention for that to be the context of the conversation, the way you respond matters when you're in a relationship because it's like, even though this isn't what you were on, they
Mhm,
just came at you with it. So
mhm,
what are you gonna do about it? Are you gonna
mhm,
shut it down? You only have two options if you with me. You can either shut it down or disappear.
mhm.
None of that a hee hee ha ha.
Exactly.
No, go laugh your way to the singles line. Go
Yes.
ahead.
Okay. I mean, the great. I mean, totally
There's not
understand.
enough reactionary memes, gifs in the world. No. Bye.
Yes, I get it. I was just playing
And
devil's
I'm with you.
advocate here. Just come, but just playing
I'm
devil's
just letting it
advocate.
be known, you
I
know.
wasn't saying anything. But yeah, that was really all the questions I had. Just trying to see, understand, how social media because a lot of people were saying a lot of people that were in these different rooms, they were agreeing they think that social media does ruin relationships. And I feel like you the
I think the
driver.
way some people use social media ruins it,
Exactly.
not
It's
the
like you're the
existence of
driver
it.
and the social media app is the car. But you are
If
the
you get
driver.
in an accident, if you drive into a bridge, that's on you.
That
The
is
car didn't malfunction.
that is on you. So it's like you just gotta you gotta conduct yourself better. Like you just can't get mad if you out in these demon time rooms a kiki keying and wondering
She said demon time rooms.
why your girl or your man is mad that you over here being on throat baby competitions.
But
Like,
baby,
Oh
ma'am,
my
are
gosh.
you on what else?
trying
Moaning?
to
You're in moaning
find
rooms?
you.
If my man, first of
That
all,
is a lot. you should be embarrassed to do that as a person. I don't care if you're single in a relationship, man, you should be embarrassed.
Embarrassed to get on a social media app
Embarrassed.
and moan for a
Like
couple cash
what
app
the hell are we
dollars.
getting out of this?
Like, what
Yeah.
is the
Mm.
purpose? Like when I heard Lakeith do that, like they had it on Twitter, and this man straight up
I was
moaning, I was like, this is too much. And she's frozen again. But yeah, that was essentially, I just hopefully this.
We came to the same conclusion that niggas are the inferior
Yeah,
species.
and it shouldn't be that serious, y'all. If you're on these apps and you feel like you're getting trapped in these situations, baby, just do me a favor and log off
Worry
that.
about yourself.
Just log off that shit. And girl, if this is your man that's doing this, it's time for you to just worry about you. Just don't even don't argue. Just simply say this is no longer serving me and I do not deal with things that are no longer serving me. And you remove yourself from said non-serving relationship.
Because
Okay?
you wouldn't go to a restaurant if you couldn't get no food.
Imagine going to Burger King and they talk about some we ain't giving you no food, but you could wait in this line.
They not serving you. So you probably go hop out the line and go somewhere else.
Exactly.
That's just how
Exactly.
easy it is, guys.
Yep, precisely. So we're gonna I'm dropping things over here. So what's the word of the week?
The word of the week, the first word of the week for 2021 is apologia, spelled Apologia. And it means a defense, especially of one's opinions, positions, or actions.
Hmm. Could we hear it in a sentence?
We sure could. Susan Sontag, probably the most influential writer on the intersection of violence and photography, didn't buy this argument. With forensic prose, she cut through complacent apologias for war photography and set photojournalistic images of violence squarely in the context of viewers' voyeurism.
Hmm.
mm,
So I don't think
I'll
I'm
I'd
repeat.
gonna.
I'll
never use
repeat the sentence that has it with forensic prose.
Actually, can you just repeat the definition?
Prose.
Can you repeat
A
the
defense, especially of one's opinions, positions, or actions.
And then those sentences with just the word in it.
With forensic prose, and that's Prose,
Mm-hmm.
she cut through complacent
it.
apologias for war photography and set photojournalistic images of violence squarely in the context of viewers' voyeurism.
Got you. I don't know if I'm gonna be using that
Hmm.
this week, guys. But I
Yeah.
do challenge you all to try to use that in your everyday language. I don't know how the hell you're gonna do that, but I do challenge you to do that.
I
Um,
already know I'm not using it.
oh
Oh,
goodness.
you could have used it on the people at work.
But it
Oh,
would be
I
an
ain't going to work.
apologia of your thoughts that you like your aversion to using the word. See what I did there?
Hmm. Hmm.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Thanks for
Next.
listening.
All right. So, if you're new to the show, we do Not That Complicated. And Not That Complicated is a segment of the show where, I find out some ratchet ass, ghetto ass scenario. And I ask the ladies and I ask you all out there listening or watching, what would you do if this were you in this situation? Um, so yeah, let's get to it. Ready?
Mhm.
One, two, 1, 2, 3. Not that
Not
complicated.
complicated.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Beautiful. I think we're getting better. I genuinely do. I think we're getting better.
Mhm.
Wow. That was crazy.
Okay.
She's trying to get me.
I
Cool.
was trying to get show that
You
one.
said,
So with this scenario, it also ties into what we're talking about. You no, y'all didn't actually answer this. So say, oh, I'm sorry, y'all. I'm knocking stuff
If
over.
she knocks another thing,
I'm sorry. Okay. So say you're in a relationship or whatever, And you see some really shisty business going on social media. You see your man is all up in comments, like, sitting in heart eyes, doing prayer hands emojis. And it's just like, it's giving very much thirsty. And you're just kind of like, my guy, what is this or whatever. And he tells you, mind you, you got, let me make this spicier. This guy that you're in a relationship with, you guys also have children. And he's doing all these antics, parading
Wait a,
around.
wait a minute. I it's a new relationship and I got kids with him.
No, it's not a new relationship. It's just a relationship that you have, and you also have kids with this guy.
Oh, I thought you said a new relationship.
Oh no, I might
Okay.
have, but I didn't mean to say that. But yeah, so he's
Oh.
doing all these things. He's
Okay, I
gallivanting.
was gonna say, who, honey?
He's gallivanting around town like a single man. He's even telling people that you guys are in a relationship. You guys are simply just co-parenting. But like I said, he's doing a lot of thirsty behavior on social media. He's embarrassing you. What you gonna do in that situation? Are you guys gonna take, the role that you guys have been telling me about? See the other side. Understand, Tasia. He's not being flirtatious. Like,
No,
what are we gonna
No,
do?
I'm not, because at this point
no,
you're
because
disrespecting me.
if yeah, and if we got kids and you just all around town, who's taking care of the kids? Are they school age? Like, is this
No,
during
they're
school
not school age.
hours?
No, they're not
Because
school age.
otherwise, you can go pick them up.
They're 2 and below.
Also, now I'm paying for daycare so you can ride around the city.
Yes. Right around there and getting it.
Are
It's
they in
mine.
daycare?
He spend it. Are they
So
what?
I'm paying.
No, they're not in daycare.
I said, are they in daycare?
No, they're at home.
Oh, well, he's still gonna have to figure something out. Mm.
Yeah,
Yeah, he gonna gotta go. He gotta
you
go.
don't get to keep disrespecting me.
Uh,
Yeah, he doesn't get to keep disrespecting me on social media.
I wasn't frozen.
That's a lie.
It was given frozen on this and left.
No, I heard the whole thing.
Oh, well, it just,
When I
it had a little staticky. Okay. So
oh,
and you were like, and we were like, let's catch it before it goes.
oh okay.
So,
Yeah, that wasn't that complicated for me.
yeah, I don't think I'm with y'all. I'm deuces. Bye,
Go to
nigga.
hell.
Literally, like, you are going to HE double hockey sticks, and I don't care. And I hope you have a pair of gasoline draws on while you're going there, because that is so. How could you be out here in these streets telling people that you ain't my man when you know you my man, but you telling people that we are just co-parenting? That is liable.
So now you
Get your
disowning
ass
me.
beat. You deserve to get your ass beat at that point.
Disrespecting me. Yeah. I'm sending my brother on you.
You deserve to get your ass. Ooh, beat his ass. Like,
Tasia, please.
woo.
like
That's her
okay,
tagline on
get
Clubhouse
it.
for real.
Literally.
What beat
Literally.
his ass?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. But yeah. So I guess that wasn't that complicated for us gals, because we would not deal with that, and he would be to the streets that he so wants to be in, and he would not be in our households. So to the streets you
Yeah,
go.
that's motherfucking ghetto.
So ghetto. How you gonna be up
Especially
in my
cause,
house eating up
especially cause
my
they
groceries?
Driving my car.
Ooh, ooh, ooh.
I think not.
Not
I'm
driving my,
personal.
not driving my car.
You
Ooh,
know what? I went back to that
I'm definitely not.
I went back to that dark place with that little small girl that we be watching. Because
I would definitely not let him
I
drive my
personally
car.
wouldn't have the father of my kids riding around in my car.
No, absolutely not.
No man is riding around in my car.
None.
I'm sorry. No.
None.
Unless yours in the shop or something.
And even then,
No.
get a loaner car, my guy.
Yeah. You
And I
better go
don't
get
even
one.
like not no boyfriend or nothing. I mean like husband.
No,
Get a
Other
loaner
than
car, my
baby.
guy. I need my
you're not driving my car other than
no.
that.
Crazy. That was crazy. But yeah, this has been another episode of Not That Complicated. I hope the topic that we had this week was able to provoke A lot of thoughtful conversations between you and your gal pals and your wanker banker bros. Um, so
Okay. Yeah.
oh, yes, I really do hope that you guys are able to do that. Make sure you give this a thumbs up if you're watching on YouTube. Make sure you are subscribed to us on Apple Podcasts. You give us a rating or review, and you just do what you got to do on any wherever you listen. Just make sure you're doing the right things. And subscribe to us on YouTube and Not That Complicated Podcasts, and follow us on Instagram at Not That Complicated Pod. And when you're feeling fancy, which you should, you can follow the hosts at Sotasia, SEAUXTEJAH.
Me and two underscores Jametra, Jametra.
Two underscores, Jametra.
And
I
I'm
forgot it at
Moesh
first.
Co. Let me start over. I'm Moesh Co on all social media platforms. That's MOASHCO. You already know. Coming through the dough, drop it to the flow. About to give you mo.
Touch,
Her.
touch.
Thanks
Period.
for listening this week, guys.
We'll see you guys next week. Bye.
Bye.
Peace out.
Adios.